And now I'm going to call our next friends. And I'm pretty sure everybody here has already had a situation in which you wanted to talk to your grandpa, your grandma, or someone that was not that familiar with technology and all that, and it was quite a mess. So thinking of this problem, Kontekt has proposed a solution, and this is what we're going to watch right now with Daniel. Daniel, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Daniel from the team Kontekt. So let's start with a rhetorical question. Who felt bad at least once in their life because of the lack of meetings with their grandparents? I sure did. A high percentage of the elderly people are not using any kind of technical innovations, as you can see on the pictures too. So it's impossible for them to connect to their relatives through video calls. And because of that, they feel lonely and isolated. With Kontekt, we aim to solve this huge problem with a hardware-software combination. Our device is really easy to use and can be connected to any kind of screens or televisions. The relatives can call their grandparents with a computer or a mobile phone, and when there is an incoming call, the device starts to ring and the relative's picture pops up in the television. After that, the elderly have to use only two buttons, a big green one to accept the call and a big red one to decline the call. We are going to sell our product online through our web shop for the younger generation, i.e. the grandchildren, children, and they will bring the product for the elderly relatives, where the device can be configured and connected to the television easily. Our target market is the younger relatives of 600,000 Hungarian and another 5 million Central European pensioners. Our business model includes a one-time product fee and a monthly subscription, which results a profit margin over 50%. We validated our idea with the first generation prototype in public spaces and markets, where we received really positive results. We also conducted a fake door test, where we would have been able to generate 8 times the revenue compared to the marketing expenses. Here you can see the 4 grandchildren who are currently working on the project. We started our project in the Hungarian Startup University program, where we finished in the top 10. And our idea evolved, and we managed to win the Social Impact and Vodafone Digital Award too. And we are the Kontekt video call at the touch of a button. Thank you for your attention.
That was great, Daniel. We still have 18 seconds, and I'm going to take this a little time to actually just reinforce to make sure we understood the solution, because when I was reviewing, I was like, I'm not sure if I got this right. So let's say I want to talk to my grandmother and she has a terrible time with technology and all that. So if I would buy a Kontekt device, I would install it in her house. I would connect it with an app, and then my grandma would only interact with those 2 buttons.
Yes, so there is a small device which is connected to a television, and you can call this device with your phone or with your computer.
Okay, so I have to go there and install it for her, which is basically what we do already. Yeah, let me install this for you on your phone. Let me do this and that. And then the elder person has to deal only with a red and a green button, and that's it. So that's why it's that cool. It's that simple, right?
Yes.
Great. That's great. So then we have the first question. Abdul, please.
Thank you for the great presentation and the solution. As I understand so far, the device has only 2 buttons. Could you please tell us from your experience, what are some of the real use cases you applied those 2 buttons to them? So what kind of solutions that those 2 buttons fixed?
So you can use this 2 button to accept the call or decline the call And this can be really good for elderly people who are afraid of touch screens, and people who don't see really well. So they should just memorize the buttons and use a device created.
Abdul, is just as simple as that. You say, yes, I want to have this call, or no, not now. The beauty of it is the simplicity behind it, actually. Okay, Maria, do you have a question there?
Hi, super quick question. Where do you see this product going in the future? Like, could you expand it to do other services for the elderly, or do you see other country that you could expand to? Thank you.
Yes, we are planning to install a SOS button to it, but this will be in the future. And first, we are planning to sell it in the Central European markets, but later we want to also expand it to all Europe and also to maybe America.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. Daniel, I just realized something. I forgot your confetti before. I'm sorry for that. Congratulations for the super beautiful project. Okay, now Danielanga, back to you.
Just one question on Daniel. Can I change the functionality of the button offside? So using the app, can I change what the button is really doing?
Currently not, and probably it won't be featuring the first product, but later we might consider to be able to change that.
Okay, I like the simplicity. I like that really the usability is awesome still for on the side of the elderly people. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then let's fly over to Lithuania. And still in Lithuania, we won't stop. We will just stay on flying there because we are going to talk about Dbox, which is a drone in a box. Yep. So after we start, we will just fly over and hi there.
Hello. Hello. Greetings from Lithuania.
3 minutes. I have to say, I really liked I liked how the simplicity again. For me, as I do not fly with drones, it was just like there's a box coming and it just shall fly really autonomously and do all those hazardous works maybe for me and collecting really interesting data, which I can use afterwards to do like impactful things, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly.
So here you go with your 3 minutes. Please tell us more about your drones.
All right. Hello, everyone. Once again, greetings from Lithuania. Today, I will talk a bit about drones. So nowadays, everyone knows how drones work, right? You come to a flight site, unpack drone, throw some batteries in, do preparation, and you're basically ready to go. Drones have a high autonomy level, well, at least considered by most people. And for most leisure flights, like taking photos or videos of the scenery, it's more than enough. But drones are now being more and more used in data collection for industrial and commercial applications. And that's where things get a bit tricky. So you see, traveling around the city or any large area to perform data collection flights are very inefficient in terms of time, human resources, and CO2 emissions. For more efficient daily drone operations, we have to level up drone automation to level 4. This means it can automatically take off, land, recharge batteries, and download any collected data. All these actions should require minimum to non-human input. To make the step forward, we introduced Dbox, a fully autonomous station with battery swapping function, thus making continuous flights without waiting for batteries to charge possible. Product can be installed anywhere on the globe as long as there is an internet connection. Pilot being in flight area, proximity is not an issue anymore. Now, pilots can work from basically anywhere or even set scheduled flights while off-duty hours. Dbox will take care of the successful flights from the start to the end. Let me tell you a story which fascinates me not only as an engineer, but as a citizen as well. Nobody likes trash, right? Vilnius, capital of Lithuania, faces the same problem as probably all cities do. To find out how to prioritize trash delivery, Vilnius city used drones for a couple of years now by a group of pilots traveling across the city and performing manual flights to register status of trash containers. Now, with Dbox, Vilnius city performs daily autonomous flights and takes pictures of trash containers all around the city. And with collected data, based on collected data, they prioritize delivery schedules. All that could be done by only one person and from any location, and most importantly, without any CO2 emissions, as there is no need to be on site for manual flights. That's what Dbox is all about, and it's only one example. Depending on the drone payload, similar stories can be applied to any operator using drones daily for emergency responses, security, inspections, and so on. So thank you for attention. Now I'm waiting some questions from you guys.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Looks like you do not need us. There are questions coming. It looks like you explained everything. I personally, I do like using drones in agriculture a lot. I think there's like a lot of opportunities to increase the way we produce our food.
Yep, exactly. And once the drones previously was just a science fiction, now it's becoming reality, definitely.
Are there questions coming, or shall I just ask all the questions I do have? Yeah, unfortunately, Philip. Please, Philip.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and show the question.
Okay. Hello, do you hear me?
Hello. Yep.
Hi. Thank you very much for the presentation. I just have a few questions regarding the business case. So as far as I understand it, it's about on-demand flights of drones, right?
Very, very true. Yes.
Okay, so someone has to deliver at least a drone to certain areas from where they can be started because they have a limited radius where they can operate.
Yep.
Okay. And they are remotely controlled. So there's someone like me could sit at home, for instance, if I was the pilot, and then I could steer the drone and perform tasks that were issued.
Yeah, actually, we have a few control modes. One of them is the fully manual, just from any location, let's say from the home. And the other two options is the scheduled flights. When you schedule the flight plan, schedule the time and date, and drone automatically takeoffs, performs the flight, collects the data, takes photos or whatever, and lands back to its station. And this doesn't require any human input except the planning of the flight, let's say.
Okay, yeah, and the transport to the designated area where the drone is scheduled to fly.
Yeah. If, for example, if you have some kind of patrolling area, you just put the Dbox and it can stay like years and years, and flights will have at some radius around the box itself.
Okay, and thank you. And where do you plan to start with your business? In one city or in one country?
We are actually trying to start globally. Actually, we started our home city, Vilnius. We have like a few boxes already operating at customers. One of them is Vilnius City Municipality. But as I mentioned, the product itself is globally available. If you have internet connection, you can have it anywhere in the desert, at some oil plant or whatever.
Yeah, I see it. It's scalable, but at the beginning, you're probably just in the startup phase, or so you focus on the capital of Lithuania.
Exactly.
Okay, and how much is the fee? Is that so? It's on demand, like I don't know, 100 euros or so for 1 hour.
No, we sell the box itself. You as a customer buy the box and you can operate as much as you want. We just created the product. Yeah, we created the product, and you can put it. You have it as your own drone, just with all the accessories, the box itself, and you can fly whenever you need. You can fly 2 times per day, 5 times a day, 1 time a month. It depends on you.
Okay, but do I have to steer or control the drone, or is that someone from your corporation doing? Because I think it's not so easy.
You have two options. Yeah, you can ask operators or like us, or you can, if you have their own personnel, you can ask them to operate the box.
Okay.
Let's say if you have in-house operators, you can.
But where's my advantage then? Why can I not just go to a store and buy a drone and fly with it as I please?
It's as I mentioned, it's mostly for the daily operations. If you use frequently drones, you use frequently, you don't need to travel by car, and you don't need to have a lot of personnel. If you have, for example, one city, Vilnius, you don't need to have like a group of pilots traveling by cars around the city and taking photos of trash containers. You can have the stationary boxes, and when you need, you just take off the drones. They took all the photos and return back to the stationary boxes.
Okay, thank you. Now finally I really understand it. So it's more for governments, for instance, or institution at this level, where
large companies.
That's the main customers. Okay,
exactly.
Thanks for the explanation.
Thank you for the question.
Thanks for the question, Philip. Anna, your question, please.
We don't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted still, Anna.
Sorry. So I was wondering how difficult it is to get approvals for flying drones in Lithuania, because in Romania it's not fun to get them. And the second one was, how do you make sure your clients don't fly drones in areas they are forbidden from flying them?
Actually, that's a very good question. First of all, we have in Lithuania, we have our current boxes have the restricted airspace. We contacted the local air navigation service provider to give us the airspace only for these flights at a certain altitude and certain radius. So basically, any other flights performing that area without a license is forbidden. So that area is reserved only for us, let's say. For our customer side, well, as we are the only the hardware producers, we cannot guarantee the flights of being carried out legal or not. It's up to customers to do all the paperwork to get better knowledge of the airspace surrounding their object and so on. So, but yeah, if you for such operations, you need to have special approval from the local air navigation service provider.
Thank you.
Abdul, please.
Thank you. Thanks for the great solution. I can really imagine the impact of it. I have two technical questions, please. The first one is regarding the battery. You mentioned in the presentation that you achieved the continuously charging methods. So I was wondering, how do you achieve that? How do you assure that the drone is always charged?
Yep.
And the second question is regarding the connectivity. What kind of methods do you use? Is it like satellite connect or some kind of alternative? Thank you.
So for the first question, we have, as I mentioned, we have a battery swapping function, which means that in the Dbox, we always have 6 battery and 6 battery slots, and all the batteries are always charging. And when drone lands, it just automatically changes with the robotic arm. It changes the battery from discharged to charged one. And we have calculated that 6 batteries is enough to keep constant flights because the flight time is, let's say, about 30 minutes, 35 minutes is more than enough for other batteries to charge while one is being discharged. So it's mathematically possible to have uninterrupted flights for all the time. And for the second question, our main internet connectivity is Ethernet cable, but we also have a 5G module, so 5G and 4G module. So if the location has good 4G or 5G connectivity, you can use it as well as instead of cable.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So then, thanks to Lithuania still, and I'd say let's stay in our fly and go a bit south to Poland.
Daniel, can I? Sorry.
For sure, you can ask some questions.
Interrupt here. Please bring your airplane back here to Austria. No, I just have quick notes here from tech team. In order to everybody have a fair time to do their questions and answers and all that, I really need to ask everybody to be very precise. So 1 question per juror only, instead of 10. And please be as brief as possible. Every project here is beautiful, and we can engage into conversations that could last hours, but we are getting behind schedule, and it's not fair to everybody. If we take too much time for one project, then the others have to rush too much. Okay? That's all. Thank you very much.
Gica. So then let's go to Poland. Let's see what EduCat is doing for on impact for our societies. I guess someone is coming while I do talk. Yeah, EduCat is a solution that shares experiences of studying abroad and supports those who want to be study at home. So it is a solution that gives new opportunities to, I think, currently only Polish high school students that want to study abroad somewhere in Europe or the US. And it connects people. So what I really liked about it was that it collects people with the assignment of a mentor. But please, Nina, give us some more information about.
Thank you very much for the intro. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, because
I hope it's coming.
Okay, so yeah, it's the same problem as before. Let's do it again.
There it comes.
Yeah, so you can see it. Okay, let's start. So just as Daniel recently introduced us, we are all about widening access to world-class education. I have personally studied at the University of Oxford, but this would never be possible were it not for the fact that I went to a good school, luckily, and I knew a person who already studied that and helped me get into Oxford. Before 2020, studying abroad was considered a luxury because of very limited access to information about that, about opportunities, and also people who study there. Currently, it's already 5 million people studying abroad, a number that is growing 15% year on year. Every year, 1 million students want to apply to study abroad. 80% of them want to take advice from someone who is already studying abroad. But this kind of advice is only available to people in very good schools, from good backgrounds, rich families. Also, these people often use very local, very premium, very expensive agencies, which together create $23 billion market for education consulting. The problem is that there is no local leader and that these kind of services are unavailable to normal people. EduCat democratizes access to information about studying abroad by both providing a very content-rich platform and second, connecting students applying to universities with students who are already at universities, as well as automating part of this process via AI. We have created a platform that both has the mentors, so 130 people studying all over the world, search engine for universities, as well as a hub for all documents and tools needed to complete a successful application in one place. This is a short, very little demo of our platform, the mentors, the university search engine. And this is our team. We are basically people together. We have 20 plus years of experience in education consulting. We have also a couple of pre-seed investors who already invest in education, so quite a strong support. This is some media mentions, and what is most important for us, the impact. Sustainable development goal of providing quality access to education to everyone is very important to us, and that's where the company has started. That's where the idea came from, to give everyone equal access to quality education. I have done quality education consulting for 7 years now, but EduCat is 2 years old. We are already helping 16 schools all over Europe in providing all of their students with help with applications, online mostly. We have helped 200 students send over 1,000 education. And as I already told you, the SDG of providing quality education to everyone is our core goal. To sum up, we want to provide access to quality education for everyone by connecting people who only want to apply to people who are already studying somewhere and providing the latter ones with a chance to earn money via sharing their experience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Some confetti for you, and thanks for the value you add to the people you help to study abroad.
Thank you very much.
Are there questions coming? So I want to stay short for myself a bit. Christian, welcome on stage and welcome with your question.
Hi, thank you very much for the pitch. I was wondering, you mentioned there are 5 million people studying abroad. Do you refer to Poland or Europe?
No, people studying outside their countries, all over the world, because we are a global platform. We are not operating just in Poland.
Okay.
Currently, we are doing also Europe, but we will be moving to
Okay. I thought it's much more people, but yeah, okay. How do you help them? You help them to get a foot in the door, or do you also help them like how to finance the studies? Because I think that might be the larger problem.
First, find what they want to study via diagnostics tests, then find where they want to study, and then connecting them to a person who is already studying there to complete the application together. And then also helping them gain financing, because after Brexit, there is problem with gaining the credits. We have partnerships with companies providing financing. So I haven't managed to mention that because of 3 minutes, but we also cover that part of the journey.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for this question, Christian. Can I see another question? Or can I ask myself then, what is the business model from your side?
Yes, sure. We are taking a margin from the value of services provided by our mentors. And we are also charging a recurring revenue fee to the schools that we are helping, because we have like a program of basically holistic support to students within certain schools. And so we do training for their academic counselors, etc., for a fee, all done online via mostly webinars. But the core of our business model is, for example, a student pays €1,000 for the help with application to the mentor, and we take a certain percentage of that, between 40 and 60%.
Okay, so Lan, your question, please.
A marketplace basically model.
Thanks, thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, great. What's your unique selling point? And how are you gonna compete with other companies? Because education, it's pretty competitive market.
Our competitive advantage is being able to very quickly onboard people from all over the world studying at basically any university, so that we are basically like a Fiverr for applying to universities. So you can find any person studying anywhere, so that this person can help you apply. This is very hard for the small agencies to kind of employ this kind of people, because they have this whole onboarding processes, they have local offices, everything is basically done offline, they have lots of bureaucracy, whereas here it's a platform. So we are both a tool and a seller in a way.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I think actually I'm gonna award Nina with the Objective Award 2022. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you. And the last thing I wanted to mention in regard to the last question, we are
10 seconds.
Yeah, very content rich, the largest amount of content about studying abroad among all Polish platforms. So that's what gave us the first competitive edge in our country. That's all.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm being pushed here, everybody. We have to move forward. And there's a lot more. I'm sorry, Sandra. I see you're here to make a question. Let's make it on the next project, okay? Don't worry, because we keep in Poland. And now there is something very interesting coming up, because we are talking about gaining different perspectives. And this is what we're going to see with Girls Global Ready. Are we ready there?
Yes.
Are we global ready there?
We are very much global.
Amazing. So the stage is yours, please.
Yes, just sharing my screen. Okay. We at Girls Go Ready believe that global connections give access to a global future. And although women make up more than 60% of college graduates in Central Eastern Europe, only 37% of them are managers and 8% hold CEO positions. And as much as 44% of leading companies do not have a single female in their executive role. We believe this is a problem in the modern world, and we believe that the schools in Central Eastern Europe do not prepare girls to have the skills to be ready for the future. And here's where the Girls Future Ready Foundation and the Girls Go Ready program come in. We connect 100 girls from the Central Eastern Europe with 100 native English speakers from across the ocean. They form global pairs, and they participate in monthly challenges on some of the most pressing global issues, such as sustainability, climate change, and equal access to education. Technology is a big part of our program because we cooperate with the Master Match AI app that uses artificial intelligence algorithm to match girls based on their age, interests, their English language speaking skills, and we believe that these effective matches lead to dedication to the program as well as long-lasting friendships. We utilize technology to give access to the global connections and the global future. And because the technology creates our program challenges and connects the girls via online platforms, as well as creates a community of global innovators. And we unite girls from across the ocean, from 2 parts of the world, because we want to show them the power of technology to help them develop their global mindset, their confidence, as well as their English skills. However, we also want to emphasize the value of a human connection. So the winner of our program gets a chance, the winners of our program get a chance to meet each other in person in the United States. And the 3 editions that we have carried out so far connected 600 girls worldwide. And that resulted in more than 7,000 hours of English conversation that otherwise would have cost more than 300,000 Polish zloty in English tuition had it not been for the free program that we offer. We focus on 3 SDGs. One is quality education, which is providing long-lasting learning opportunities for all, gender equality and women and girl empowerment, as well as decent work and economic growth. And 80% of our mentees had never had a chance to speak with a native speaker before joining our program. And 95% of girls think that their English has improved after the completion of the program. Our satisfaction rate is 90%, and we believe that when the girls are given the skills, given the help to gain the skills necessary for the future, the confidence and the English skills, they're ready to take on the CEO positions in the future. This year, the 4th edition of the program sees an even larger development. We invite all girls from Central Eastern Europe to participate. However, this year we're also connecting with a large e-commerce company that's expanding to Czech Republic, and we're supporting girls affected by the war in Ukraine in their education. We're very lucky to be supported by many notable organizations. Educate a girl and she can change the world. Thank you.
Wow, I'm gonna throw confettis on the camera. Like, shut up, what is this? This is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's great. As I told you before, everybody, this is about perspective. It's like not just about having the right education to assume positions, but also knowing you can, knowing it's possible for you as well. So let's start. I would like to start with Sandra because she wanted to make a question before. Are you there, Sandra? Do you want to raise a question here right now? Oh my God, there's so confetti on my keyboard. No? Okay, so maybe we start with Panayotis and then Sandra.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, here I am.
Thank you for the presentation. What I would like to ask is if you can provide some information about your business model.
So basically, because our program is free for participants, we mainly work on a volunteer basis as well, because our participants are volunteers. So we don't really, there's not that much finance and business plan involved in the program, but because we're a larger organization, the Girls Future Ready Foundation, that works more we provide benefits for the consumers, and we work on a B2B business model as well with other companies. But this is just one of our programs that mainly maybe works on a more voluntary basis rather than a structured business model. Sure.
Sorry, okay, this is a pro bono project that belongs to a bigger organization.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Great, Sandra, please.
Well, yeah. Thank you very much for your project. I was really in love by your energy and what you have managed to put in with this really simple project and the impact you had. One of the questions I had here was your business case that you already have answered. And also, how do you think you can scale to other countries? You said that you had a partnership, but if you could explain a little bit more.
Yes, so currently we focus mostly on the Central Eastern Europe because the organization itself stems from Central Eastern Europe. Our founder, Zofia Kiernan, she's a global citizen, so she knows the perspectives both from Central Eastern Europe as well as the United States. And we know that there is a gap between the West and the Eastern countries, and we would like to decrease that gap. However, currently we do not have plans on expanding beyond that, but obviously in the future, we're very happy to do so. But in terms of the partnership, the Girls Future Foundation partners with the Commerce Company in terms of masterclasses and Her Story projects. So all the other projects that we have within the foundation.
Yes, I was just thinking, because if you want to scale, you need to have,
I'm
more volunteers. Just
one question.
More volunteers.
Yeah, she would have to have more volunteers. Yeah. Bye, Gica.
Thank you, Abdul. Please.
Yes, sure. Thanks for the great presentation. The reach that you did actually is really impressive. I was wondering, as I understood so far, your main focus is on the English language. I wonder if you have like other plans in the scope, like to reach different skills or other kind of knowledge. Yes, thank you.
Yes, so of course, the English language is a really big part of our project because we want to, because we believe that knowing English is basically access to the world nowadays. However, all our challenges focus on key skills such as teamwork, confidence. So because the girls prepare, for example, a presentation, an infographic, a speech, or a podcast during the projects. This really develops all the skills, all the soft skills they need in the future workspace, as well as their knowledge about the current global issues. So it is a very holistic program, I would say.
It's holistic, it's beautiful, it's for girls, like really, love, lots of love. Thank you very much, Kaja. Thank you for the jurors making the questions.